100 racks, I'ma run through it. Next check, run through it. Get fame, run from it. New kicks, I'ma run with him. Young nigga run, just run. Young nigga run, just run. Young nigga run, just run. Young nigga run. If I make 100 racks, I'ma run through it. Next check, run through it. Get fame, run from it. New kicks, I'ma run with him. Young nigga run, just run. 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 Get you, get you.
Hey, what's up? It's your boy Kwane, aka Ubafana Waranyandeni, back. Jengomqolo. Yeah, we're back. Welcome to another episode of the review. Your favorite hip-hop album review show. Yeah, I know it's been a while. It's not like there were not albums for me to review. It's just that, you know, timing and all. But anyway, let's not dwell on that. Today, we have a special album. A contender for this year's album of the year. Like, you will understand. Stick around and you'll understand why I'm saying this. You know, we have an album with a theme, like, you know, and it's centered around the theme, and the tracks are, you know, they're fighting to remain in said theme. So yeah, today we are reviewing Tyson Sybateli's Home. I don't know if we can call it his sophomore project, but it's my introduction to him in an album. You know, I first got this one, and then I had to go back to it. So yeah, as you all know, this is how you know, if you haven't seen the previous episodes, how we're gonna go through it. We're gonna go through album analysis, sequencing, my favorite tracks, tracks that I think should be singing, so that deserve videos, and you know, my rating. It's just my opinion because I've been living with this album for the past, I don't know, when did it drop? May or April? Yeah, I've been living with it since it's dropped, so that should tell you something. So without further much to do, let's get into it, man.
Niggas was pocket watching on a daily. I just dropped the tape, it's never late to hate.
Tyson Sybateli's Home. It's a 12-track album. 12 tracks centered around the theme. Remember when I said the album is the theme? So it's centered around the theme of home, like coming home, living home, and dealing with issues of home. So I feel like it really did do the theme itself justice in how he tackled the subjects of home, loss, relationships, heartache and heartbreak, and even some hints of depression. So it really does take a lot of them, because it's home. Home is it's not just, you know, the idea of home is not just, you know, a building with like walls and things. Home can be even you. Home is how you are comfortable. There's a skit, you know, one of the tracks where they said this lady says she imagines a home to be a place that makes you 100% comfortable and safe enough to be yourself, and that, you know, that takes in different forms. It could be your home where you grew up, your home with your parents, but home can also be your friendships, your relationships as well. So it really does, you know, tackle this idea of home and, you know, really brings it to forward. So let's get into the album. The tracks, I feel like with this album, he also wanted to show us that he can rap, like he raps. Cause like, if you listen to like the opening track, The Standard.
We don't bump your shit when bitches round, nigga. Bump my shit when your bitch is around, nigga. Got the snake tatted, I know your bitch aroused, nigga.
Becoming my favorite thing to joke about on Twitter, because his best line on the first track of the album is, we don't bump your shit when bitches round, nigga. Bump my shit when your bitch around, nigga. Like, it's like bravado to say. It's not really telling you what the album is about. Just, you know, it's like standing his ground, like, dude, I'm a rapper and I'm good at what I do. So if you're expecting raps, if you're expecting me to be good at what I do, this is the perfect song for it. Like, the intro track, The Standard, is really, it's like, I feel like he's setting up the standard to what you should expect in terms of raps, because he's really rapping his ass off in this entire album, which is shown in The Standard, which is shown in the tracks that are to come. So this is like a really brilliant introduction to what the album has to offer. So The Standard, I'll talk about it later on sequencing, but it's really great introduction into what you can expect rap-wise, not theme-wise, rap-wise. Going deeper into the albums, you have tracks like the one with J. Jody, featuring J. Jody, It was my favorite track for a long time when it dropped as a single, because it's J. Jody, guys. It's J. Jody. So if found, bring home.
2019, I had 4 meetings in court. You are not me. Beat the case and got it scratched off me. Born in Durban, grew up with a Purple City hobby.
I feel like they really did this track justice. Also, it still carries. So this is one track where he talks about his struggles with finding a home with his friendships, because he says when your friends become haters with the front row seat, it's like, because the idea of home is also stretched out to your relationships and your friendships as well. So he really takes that idea of betrayal amongst friendship, and he really goes. He was just sharing his heart out here, because I remember him on the podcast. He talked about it, like he had to stop himself before he shared too much, like of the person he's talking about here, of the personal revealing too much of the personal information. So yeah, you know, if found, bring home with J. Jody. This is also some of J. Jody's best raps. So that's it now. Okay, wait. You special if you got niggas that actually hate each other teaming up, wilding out in group chats.
You special if you got niggas that actually hate each other teaming up, wilding out in group chats, plotting, scheming, and meeting up, talking down on you, but face to face they never speaking up.
What? That is J. Jody. J. Jody is speaking his shit. So you know, it ties in. Also, it goes back to the standard. This is a rap album, but it also, we're gonna tackle some issues here. We're gonna tackle some things that didn't really make us, you know, that made us side eye a lot of you people. So yeah, if I bring home, who knew that Tyson J. Jody would gel this one? So yeah, that's the track. Going deeper into the album, another track that really sets out the theme of the album is Branyoga Luga.
Heavy heart and heavier moments. Heavier odds but never jump ship when the boat went. Heavier on the dogs who couldn't float, letting go of them. Heavy on God, weighing out the streams of my progress.
I think this one ties the idea of home, like home being when you grew up, home being your parents, home being your childhood relationships very well. This is where it's a bit heavier. It deals with the depression side, the loss side, while still maintaining the theme set out in the standard that I'm gonna write. So because even the way it starts the verse, the track in the verse, it says heavier hearts and heavier moments. You already know that you are expecting this man to, you know, bleed on paper. You're expecting this man to let it all down, to leave it all on the floor. So you know that's like, and it didn't disappoint. It's such a great track. See, if my introduction to the album was Branyoga Luga, I was already on episode. I mean, if like the first time I ever heard Tyson was on a track like Branyoga. Why am I saying it like I don't know how to speak? It's Branyoga. Branyoga Luda. So you know, if this was the introduction, I would have been like, come on, it's brilliant. And then he tried like in the intro sing like serenading us with bits. Okay, and then on the other tracks, you know, that tie in the idea of home with relationships now. There's two. It's Homecoming.
Pressing up on me, pressing up on me, pressing up on me, pressing on me. Tell me you want me, more than on me. You won't be lonely, yeah, you won't with me. You can be the one that I need when the lights down. Car chilling on E, but the lifestyle calling on.
And the track with Marcus Harvey, which is House.
If you keep it space for me, either way I won't leave, cause it's likely that I need it most.
You with your cute self, nothing's changed, but your family name I'll rearrange.
The themes of these tracks are, you know, trying to serenade your lady, trying to prove yourself to your lady, like, yo, I mean, I'm begging when I pay, I only have eyes for you, and I'm gonna try and fight hard to build this relationship with you. So I'm coming, like him in Homecoming, him saying I'm coming home to you means home is that person, home is a person, home is someone who stole your heart. So yeah, that's brilliant. That ties in. So you see how all these songs are thematically aligned with all of it, and without forgetting to remind you guys, yo, I'm also here to rap with songs like Home and Away Games with Tattoo Soul.
Niggas acting hard really bother me. You like stage props to me. Catch him on an old set like Cardi B.
But let's talk about my favorite track, Okay, I already mentioned Brand New Galuga, so let's do my top 5 favorite tracks. I know it's a 12-track album. All of these tracks are my favorite tracks, dog. Because you can put this thing on shuffle and you will still find a favorite track. You won't skip. It's like a perfect no-skip album. But let's try and find 5 tracks, okay? My number 1 favorite track of the album, obviously, is Brand New Galuga. He went off, like he went insane. Number 2, guys, if you want a cheat code, especially in hip hop and rap, in the new age rap, just have Marcus Harvey on the track. Like, that's a cheat code, dog. Marcus Harvey. House is my second favorite track of this album. Beautifully done. It should do more than it's doing right now. Like, I really want people to appreciate this song, dog. It's such a great song. And then number 3, I have If I Bring Home with J. Jody. I love J. Jody. Also, I love their chemistry here. Also, another feature. You see, the features work well here, so that's why most of my tracks are. It's not that he can't stand on his own, but also he has so many features in this album. So obviously, almost all of your favorites are gonna have features. So number 4 is gonna be Home and Away Games. You know, sometimes depending on how I feel, home and away games, and if I'm playing home, strong position. But for today, it's number 4, and then number 5 is Chauncey.
Rainbow Nation, baby, this is Nelson Mandela's work. Ask Nelly, my only country was grammar. Bitch, I'm gifted with words, a Grammy I deserve.
I know. I love my favorite. My thing with Chauncey is I love all these new age rappers. I love everyone here. I love him. I love Waves and Mass, but I have beef with Mass. The difference in Waves. It's wasted put. It's wasted putting shot. Yes, these two boys these two boys are too good to be behind the spotlight. They should be like Waves and Mass. The difference. They are brilliant. So Chauncey is also a great way for them to show off, you know. Great way for them to just, you know, flex on us, to show us that they can kill a beat. So yeah, those are my favorite tracks. This is not really a single album. This is not like an album where you pick out singles, well, except for House. House could be a single, and so, but I feel like it is an album that should be everywhere on the TV, like on music channels. So he needs videos for this. Like, he needs videos. He needs, like, songs that I feel like desperately need a video are House with Marcus Harvey and Amara Fleur.
Comes better in my choices. This the result of taking pointers. My palms on my face like Joyner. I ponder the palms all over these scriptures. Read them and sober up for love and all that other stuff. What's up?
Yeah, House with Marcus Harvey and Amara Fleur needs a video. Like, that would be my next song that I'll shoot a video for. Also, because of like I know we act like we're not gonna say this, but we know we want to use it. But because of the spotlight on Tato Soul right now, I would have released the video for Home and Away Games like 2 months after the album dropped. I would have released the video before they released the video for Never Ride. Because this is a great track. And also Home and Away Games, you won't fail or struggle to come up with a video concept for it. If you are struggling to come up with a video concept, let me know, Tyson. I have a couple of scripts in mind, so I can send you those. So yeah, for Home and Away Games, I feel like conceptually, like visually, like it's such a great concept. Plus, Tato Soul is on fire, and I want Tyson to do more. So yeah. And then the other videos is definitely Riddle Me.
It's fair that I'm holding all the damages. You care, but you never let me get at things. So find me loving you in pieces. You feeling me? Riddle me.
Please, dude. Riddle Me has that nostalgic feel, you know, when you fused R&B and hip hop back in the day. So it really deserves. I can already see the video. It deserves a video. So if you can, shoot 3 videos. Please include Riddle Me as part of those videos that you're gonna be releasing. Because Riddle Me, it's a beautiful song, man. And then let's go to that Thorn in My Flesh. Dude, this is such a beautiful album. Like, with the songs individually are beautiful. Like, they're just amazing. But sequencing, dog. Let's talk about sequencing. Sequencing, I have like because you already set up the theme, and like I explained the theme, like between Home relationship home, like friendship home and home. Like I feel like sonically it really doesn't give me that. Like I love it. Tyson, don't get me wrong, I love it, but I feel like if we're telling a story, the story should also be told in like the song sequences, sonically and thematically, as well as like subject wise within the songs themselves. So with that said, let's go into sequencing. The first track, the standard, because it lays out like the fact that you are a rapper. Let's leave it there. It fits there. It fits that idea of you being just there to spaz on raps. So yeah, the standard is there. And then, but then everything else, my brother, we need to move. So this is how we tell the story. We're telling the story. I feel like number 2 should have been Branyoga because of like the theme behind it, and that's snippet behind it before the track starts with the idea of home or describing what home is. That for me sets up like the whole theme of the album. So that should have been number 2, since it can't be the intro track. It should have definitely been number 2. And then keeping up with the theme of Branyoga Lude, it should have then been growth, should have been like number 3. Number 3 should then come up because it also continues in that story of we are growing in this relationship we have with home. We are growing in our idea of what home looks like for us. So growth comes after that. And then the next one, because friendships are what grow up with, then it should definitely be If I Don't Bring Home, because it tackles more along the ideas of what you saw in Branyoga Lude and in Growth. So that one also sonically similar. And then the next one, the next track I would have had, I feel like, you know, it's not like an obvious choice, but Home and Away Games, I feel like, you know, they did talk about it. They did talk about it coming after the JJ feature, but because of that, it feels like these are 2 of the same tracks. But I feel like, why not? Because they are like similar tracks and they are aspiring tracks. So definitely Home and Away Games is there, because also it's homage to like Zalama games, like the fact that we used to play as kids, play games as kids and challenge each other. So it fits the theme of all the songs that are coming before it. So why not have it there? You're right. And then after that, we keep Heaven's Gates after. No need to move Heaven's Gates after Home and Away Games. It fits perfect. Sonically, it's perfect. Also, sonically, it introduces the next track that I'm going to talk about. Then we move on to the idea of like relationships. So we go Homecoming, Riddle Me, and House, because you know all 3 are talking about the idea of your lady lover, you know. So also sonically, like if you move from Heaven's Gates to Homecoming, from Homecoming to Riddle Me, from Riddle Me to House, it just sounds good, man. It just sounds like good music. Know what I'm saying? Sounds like a one long interlude. So I would have loved it. And then the rest of the House handouts, keep it there. And then but for the outro, I feel like since it started with the standard and it set up the standard that, you know, the standard of this is that these are raps, we're gonna be rapping here. I feel like it should have also, Chonti should have been the last track, because also Chonti feels like an outro track. Like it feels like, guys, we can relax, we are done with the album, we can still rap. This is just like it's like a prelude to better things that are coming. So Chonti, remove that outro thing he did on places and then place it in Chonti, and then Chonti the last track. And it's good, it works. It's a beautiful album. It's beautiful, so it works like that.
What's the path? I come from where the drugs will have you chewed up. This thing is sad. It's where the bees is always buzzing. This thing is bad. Come from where the glass is always tinkle. Man, it's breaking bad. Somebody answer me.
Alright, now to rating. I know if you've seen like the review episodes, I didn't really explain my whole formats of rating, so I'll explain it today. So I have 5 categories that are all going to like out of 1. A full point is 1. So we have sequencing, subjects or theme, replay value, features, and overall performance of the album. So because of that, then I give a rating out of 5. So let's go into the first one, which is the last thing I just talked about, sequencing, because I explained how sequencing is and what my is and why is the thorn in my flesh in this album. Because also, I don't want an album to give me the idea that I can just shuffle it, because I'm an album listener. I like listening to albums. So if I can listen to an album in shuffle and still not miss anything, nyalo. So because of that, I'm gonna give the sequencing a 0.5. You know, because also it's very dope. The album, the songs individually, and the album itself is fantastic. So, but the sequencing could have done some work. So that's a 0.5. Subject to the theme, he really kept to the theme. He came up with a theme and said the theme of this album is going to be home. And I'm not just going to name songs with like the idea of home, but I'm also going to be talking about like the different types of home. So the subject and the theme wise, it's spot on, it's perfect. He kept to the theme with different sounds, but he still kept to the theme. So that's a full 1. I'm giving him a full point. This is a full 1. And then replay value, like I mentioned, I've been listening to this album since it dropped in May or April there. But since it dropped, I've been listening to it like almost every day. Like, if you can check, I'll share, like check my replay, it's still there, it's scattered around for my replay 2022 Apple Music replay. So I've been listening to album. The replay value is amazing because it's music. It's not just rap songs. It's music. These are actual songs. This is music. So you can always go back to it. So that we give it a full point of 1. And then the 4th one features. There's a lot of features in this album. Yeah. Well, the features work, right? But since this was my introduction to Tyson, I feel like some of them, you know, he could have just given us more of himself alone, but they work. I mean, I don't have a problem with any of the features. It's just that there's too many features and not enough Tyson in here. So because of that, I'm not going to give him a full point of 1. It's going to be 0.9 because, you know, we still want to hear Tyson, but also it's not lower because he knew where to put the features, he knew who to place where, he knew who to give a song with. Also, he's not sharing a lot of the verses because he only have like songs with rappers. It's like 3 of them. He found Bring Home and Away, Games and Choices. So he knew exactly where to put the features because most of them are just like hooks and choruses. So yeah, that's good. That's gonna get a 0.9. Then overall performance of the album, it's a solid project. Wonderful replay value. Thematically, it's sound like, and it sounds good, well produced. I didn't have any, you know, because also there's these albums that people produce and then they don't master perfectly. So this one I didn't have problems with that. It's like well produced and well mastered, so well mixed. So it's a full 1. It's a full point. So, and then the overall rating, Tyson Sybateli gets 4.4. Apart from the sequencing, this was gonna be like an almost near perfect album. But yeah, it's a 4.4. And that's my view on Tyson Sybateli's Home. Let me know what you think. If you haven't listened to it, the link is in the description. Go listen to it and then come back and let me know what you think. And Tyson, I'm pleading with you. I hope you still have more plans for this album, dude. Like, you should not be quiet about this album. If you have shows, please shoot the videos. Make reels out of the shows that you're doing. You know, keep people interested because your album itself, for those who've had it, is really keeping us interested. So for those who haven't, please push the banner, continue doing it. This just sharing the link every other day is not enough. Just work on your media, and you know, if you are working on videos, please release them soon. Like I mentioned, the videos I would like to see. So if you are, just release them soon and keep pushing because you are like Tyson is a brilliant. I think listen to video like Tyson's gonna watch this. But yeah, Tyson is a brilliant artist, so I don't want him to fall in the cracks in the background. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Let me know which track is your favorite, what you didn't like about my review, what you liked about the album, and any other albums that you think I should review for this year. Yeah, it's been your boy Kwane, aka Ubafana Wanyandeni, saying until next video, peace out. Places I need to see, I don't wanna stay here. I got places I